Oh look, it's pizza time. Start running. Whenever I first heard about Pizza Tower, I saw it as a very funny and very creative Sonic Mania mod. But over the years, I had no idea that it was an actual game. Quick question though, does anyone remember the Wario Land games? They were like the normal Super Mario games except way more expansive, full of creativity, a theme of treasure hunting, and some of the best speedrunning action platforms I've ever seen in my entire life. Would you believe me if I told you I've never played one of them before? Because I'd be lying. I played Wario Land and God Planet, I know what I'm talking about here. And despite me having limited knowledge on the Wario Land series, Pizza Tower is gonna be that game that fills that Wario Land itch that I never knew existed. So what are we waiting for? Let's get this show on the road already! I'm Mr. Gaz Cat, and this is my review on Pizza Tower. Keep in mind that I'm going to be reviewing the PC version of Pizza Tower, and I'm going to be reviewing the original version of it, which means no noise update. I'll count that as DLC. But until then, members of Team Shadow, video game enthusiasts for old and new alike, want to see if this game is worthy of a collection or not? Let's get started. The story of Pizza Tower goes as follows. You play as Peppino Spaghetti, mamma mia, relaxing after a long, hard day of work. When out of nowhere, boom! A giant talking pizza! And he's threatening Peppino by blowing up his pizza restaurant. I can eat this, right? So filled with the most anxiety I've ever seen in any video game character, Peppino rushes to the Pizza Tower and hopes to crumble it and save his pizzeria from being destroyed. And that's it. Honestly, not that bad. The main focus of the game is the gameplay, not the story. So if you're expecting some very lore-heavy stuff, aside from 1 or 2 bosses, you won't get that. However, there was one thing you should consider when it comes to this game. Despite the story not being the main focus of Pizza Tower, the animations and expressions that Peppino Spaghetti makes, whether it's through the TV or on the actual game itself, you can feel the anxiety inside of him. It's not just a ha look at that funny guy do a funny expression kind of animation. No, it's something much bigger. This is a man who wants to save his pizza business no matter what. You feel the crippling anxiety inside this man and how desperate he is to get this over with so he can go back to his mundane life. Which is why, despite it not being the focus, I'm gonna give the story a B rank. So sue me, if it makes you feel any better, I would have given this story a D rank originally, but nah. Peppino Spaghetti carries this game in more ways than one, which we'll get into shortly. Graphics are up next, and I really like the graphics. Now, at face value, this is the ugliest game I have ever seen in my entire life, and rightfully so, but it's got that Ren and Stimpy effect. Don't know what I'm talking about? Allow me to educate you. You see, the show Ren and Stimpy has an ugly looking art style. However, the characters and humor in said show elevates the art style and makes it so eye-appealing, and Pizza Tower has that same effect. What might look like low-effort graphics made by a 5-year-old is actually something jam-packed with emotion, raw talent, and sheer creativity. I mean, can you believe the fact that Peppino himself has over 5,000 sprites! No exaggeration! Yeah, I'm just gonna give him the A rank just for that alone. I was gonna give it a B rank, but the main goddamn character you play as has over 5,000 sprites. No exaggeration. 5,000! I'm repeating myself, jam into your head. 5,000! That is effort and dedication on another level. If that's just Peppino Spaghetti, how many sprites do you think the rest of the game has? That's a thought I don't want to know. Let's just move on to the next segment. Content's up next, and if you think this game is gonna be easy to 100%, then you have a total of 20 main levels with 5 bosses, which is a total of 25 levels in total. If you're just focusing on the main game, you'll probably beat this thing in like 6 hours or so, maybe 2 if you're fast enough. But if you're trying to get all the unlockables and the elusive bank, you'll be here for the rest of your life. Each level has 5 toppings each, which totals up to 100 toppings you can collect overall. But that's not all. Each level has 3 secrets. 3 levels to be exact. Yes, 3 secret levels. If you run into an eye, you get transported to a secret level, which can range from different types of challenges. And if you play Pizza Tower, you know exactly what I'm about to say in the gameplay segments. 57 secret eyes are the total amount that you'll be looking for. And top that up with the 19 costumes you can unlock for Peppino Spaghetti, you get a total of 236 items to collect. That's a lot of dough! But even when you beat the game, you're still not safe, because even the end screens are collectibles! You suck. Confused? That's the one, officer? No judgment. Not bad. Not bad at all. Wow! Holy shit! You're quick as hell! If these endings look pretty weird to you, think of them as Metroid games. Well, each ending depends on how much you collect or how fast you are in a game. That's how I see the endings in Pizza Tower, which is fitting cause, you know, this game is designed to be speedrunned. And finally, the most important thing in Pizza Tower, the rankings. E, D, C, B, A, and S. You want to be good at Pizza Tower? Then you gotta get the best grade possible. How do you get the collectibles though? I'll tell you in a bit because we gotta talk about that in the gameplay section. But as for the content, I'm gonna give it an A rank. Surprisingly, for an indie game, this game is jam-packed full of content. If you're a casual or if you're a pro gamer, both sides of the argument will have a great time collecting these collectibles. By the way, I forgot to mention this in my original recording, but there's a character named Gustavo Brick, and you can play as him and Brick, and it's like 2 times in the entire game you can play as him, and this is gonna be Blasphemy City, but I think they're better to play as than Peppino Spaghetti. Next up is the bread and butter of all video games, the gameplay. So before we go absolutely insane, here's how the gameplay normally goes. You go in, you collect toppings, you get out. But why the hell do you need toppings? You have to pay off this guy, Mr. Slick. But why? Because he's guarding the boss gates. Once you pay him a certain amount of dough, the boss gate will open up, allowing you to fight the bosses. And that's the gameplay loop in a nutshell. While it does feel kind of tedious collecting some of the collectibles, it's still fun. Each level has epic music, secrets, and pizza This is pizza time. What is pizza time? At the end of every level, you have to knock out this guy, John Pillar. Then it's a mad dash to the exit before Pizza Face catches up to you! Now, in the main game, you don't take damage at all, with the exception of bosses, but other than that, you're practically invincible, because once Pizza Face catches up to you, it's game over. As for the bosses, on the other hand, these bosses are so challenging and fun! Each boss has 2 phases, a phase 1 where it's an easier version of their attack, and a phase 2 where the background changes, the boss becomes more unpredictable, more faster, and most importantly, throw something new in while healing themselves up. My favorite boss has to be Fake Peppino, mainly because I'm a fan of fighting evil versions of myself, but the twisted background and the chase at the end made it a memorable part of the game for me. So overall, the gameplay loop is your standard platformer affair. Except, I lied. Did you honestly think I forgot about that ranking? I think it's time we talk about what makes Pizza Tower so great. When you try to 100% the game. No, not trying to get an S rank. No, there's a rank above that. The elusive P-Rank! To get a P-Rank, you have to take no damage in a boss fight, and they're pretty easy to get. But in gameplay, you have to go in, collect all the collectibles, find all the secrets, do a lap 2, and get to the end without dropping your combo once! I have only done it to 2 worlds, and may I say, my adrenaline is pumping! Each try I did made me feel like that it was my fault that I messed up, or my fault that I screwed up on the timing, or my fault that I let myself get run into an enemy because I either got cocky, overconfident, or too scared. When you try to P-rank a level, it's an entirely different thing. It's like in Crash Bandicoot when you're trying to get the Platinum Relic, except in Pizza Tower, it's even difficult! And the music beckons you up. Oh my swells! We have to talk about the music right now. I'm gonna give the gameplay a solid B rank. Truth be told, I wanted to give it an S rank, but the game can be so difficult sometimes when you're trying to P rank a level. And even casually, it's fine, but I tend to get lost in these levels, and I don't know why. A lot of you guys might think that rank is a little bit low, but I don't think it is at all. I think it's perfectly acceptable, because every time I try to play one of these levels, I tend to get lost. And the P ranking, oh my swells, they're fun to do, but an absolute nightmare to unlock. You have to feel it in the moment. Once you get that P rank, you'll be absolutely popping off. But in terms of the gameplay in general, from a casual's perspective, I'd say a B rank is perfectly fine. Finally, we come to the things that accompanies all video games. The music, the bops, the thing you listen to and you run for your life for the death that you deserve only! I just P-ranked another world. You know a game's music is good when the second you open it up, it makes you want to schmoove. And then all of a sudden you're in Spider-Man 2. Because no one will ever escape that movie. Watch out! It's pizza time! But as you're about to exit the level, escaping from Pizza Face, something compels you to just go through it one more time. I can't take it anymore. I want that P-rank. I want more! This music, man, it makes me want to bust a nut in a way that I never thought was possible. S-rank. Do I need to say anything about the soundtrack? It's an S-rank. It's an instant classic. An A rank? We're giving it an A rank? No, I disagree. Spider-Man was one thing, but Pizza Tower getting an A rank? Hell no! The game is absolutely fantastic. From the music, to the graphics, to the mechanics of each level, to the jaw-dropping animations, and most importantly, the clean as hell gameplay. A rank may be good, and one of the best rankings I can give a video game in general, but it's not for Pizza Tower! But I guess looking at it from a casual's perspective, it's a pretty short game for its price. And yet, it's jam-packed, full of content that will leave you entertained for hours on end. Whether it's a first time going through the game, or a second, or a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, pizza time will never ever end. I guess an A rank is acceptable, but we all know that this game's an S rank in my heart. Oh well, there's only one more thing for me to say. I'm Mr. Galaxy the Galaxy Cat, and this has been my review of Pizza Tower. Do you agree with the ranking? Because I disagree with it! Or do you disagree with the ranking? Let me know in the comments below. Peace out, members of Team Shadow. Please remember to stay catty. Live life your own way. Stay safe through these trying times. I'll see you all in Castle. Until next time, adieu everybody.